This woman had just poured a pot of water into the vase, but when she checked the bottom of the vase, she didn't see a single drop of water. So the woman put the vase under the faucet to fill it with water. Meanwhile, in a military camp 500 years ago, the very same vase was continuously spewing out water. The soldiers, who had suffered from a long-term water shortage, were overjoyed. They mistakenly believed that this vase was a gift from God. However, the woman accidentally fell asleep. When she woke up, she received a call from the property management. They informed her that her household had used 10 tons of water in a single night. Unable to afford the high water bill, the woman hurriedly turned off the faucet. But when she looked at the vase, she found not a single drop of water inside. So the woman piled leftover food on top of the vase. The next second, the food disappeared without a trace. And in the military camp 500 years ago, everyone was very troubled because the vase had stopped supplying water. The soldiers were starving. But suddenly, food began to fall out of the vase one after another. Looking at the pure white rice in their hands, the soldiers happily started to eat it. Before everyone could even recover from the surprise, a lot more food fell out of the vase. This made the soldiers even more convinced that this was God's protection. So a general wrote a thank you letter and placed it into the vase. That moment, the woman was pondering this magical vase. Suddenly, thick black smoke billowed out of the vase. The remaining embers almost burned the carpet. The woman was instantly furious. She angrily accused the vase of treating her home like a garbage transfer station. To get revenge, the woman unhesitatingly threw all the expired food in her house into the vase. But she didn't know that her actions were making the soldiers extremely excited. In the eyes of the soldiers, ordinary food had become a treasure. But this food was far from enough to feed the entire city's populace and soldiers. So the general wrote another letter to the woman asking for help. Only after reading the letter did the woman realize that this vase was connected to 500 years ago. The woman understood the general's request. She immediately ordered a lot of food online, but then the woman suddenly realized she had been too trusting of others. Just at that moment, a piece of gold suddenly fell on the woman's head. The woman was very angry, but then she suddenly noticed the gold beside her. Before she could even react, ancient artifacts, gold, silver, and jewels from various eras suddenly flew out of the vase. By now, the woman was very happy. However, she discovered a wine glass among these treasures. The woman guessed that this wine glass must be very valuable, so she took the wine glass to an antique shop. An antique master immediately recognized it as a priceless antique. He immediately offered $200 million to buy it, but he told the woman that this particular military unit had been completely wiped out due to a lack of water and food. After hearing this, the woman was too shocked to speak, so she decided she had to save them. Soon, the woman drove a truck full of money to the market. Holding a loudspeaker, she told all the vendors that she wanted to buy the entire market. In the end, the woman prepared massive amounts of food, medicine, and water. She was determined to use her own strength to support the 100,000 people from 500 years ago.